Sorry, I don't mean to be quiet. I'm trying to coordinate something that just came up, and I'm trying to, like, get all that changed, and it's like, things keep coming up, and I keep having to get back in, and it's just punishment for me not waking up earlier. Oh, well. Alright. Let's half the fog here. Because I still want it to be somewhat foggy. I got a bunch of feedback for this scenario. But I'm going to finish this map up for December. We're going to focus on the bottom left area. And I want to at least get this mission file done, and then I might take a little break, do some editing, and then we'll see. There's a few build requirements I'm going to have to do for this one anyhow. I was trying to do a bit more of a freeform AO with this one, but it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. Got a few complaints about how things were done, yada-da. But that's okay. Sometimes when you Zeus, you gotta take a few steps backward to then go forwards. It's just now I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I do this now? So I'm gonna have to provide some air assets on the side. We'll keep this same base going. We'll keep the garrisons going. Let's take a look at these quote-unquote camps here. I don't think I have anything for orcs, but I'm gonna go check my template file and just have a look and then see what I want to import in. But we can make it work. I think there might be a few bunker assets and whatnot I can pepper around the map, but we'll just have to see. Alright, 1 second, just finalizing this. Because I try to do a hike every weekend, and usually it's on Sundays, but we're moving it to Saturday because I hike with my father, and he wanted it moved Saturday, or at least requested it, and I'm also going to be doing something from like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Saturday, technically Sunday morning, so it works out for me. Okay, where's our template file? God, we're going to be doing a lot of mission dev this weekend. We're going to be doing a lot of Dark Tide as well. There's the master file. So if we're going to be doing orc stuff, I'm going to grab everything that is orc and move it in from my master file here. I'm just a little concerned about frames with the map smaller, so it should be okay. I can always hide parts of the map as well, but yeah, we're on the Tau stuff right now because that was the previous iteration. What I think I'm going to do for the new year, if everyone wants to continue with my services, is I'll probably request a new map to be added, and then we'll build a new campaign on that. I might even take one of the existing maps that's completely open and just stylize it myself. It's going to be a lot more, like, labor-intensive, but yeah, I like it that way. Alright, so that's all Imperium stuff. This is all bunker walls and stuff. I'd love to do some, like, generic chaos stuff, but then really upscale the damn map as well. Let's get rid of equipment. Work, orc, and work. Oh my god. Yeah, no, so we do have stuff. And then we got the rocks as well, but there are... Yeah. And then I think all this is enterable as well, so we could really stylize some of that stuff. And then fighting on Necron relics, but fighting other assets involved would also be kind of nice. I should make a boss unit where it's purple. But yeah, I don't see a particular orc section. I think it's just in pieces here and there. Then you got chaos stuff. Ah, here it is. All right. Ooh, that's internal wall stuff. Fascinating. I could make this extensive if I wanted to. So this might end up being a two-part dev thing. Alright, I think that's all of it, but if I need to reference back, I can reference back. That should be fine. I know. It is lucky, but that's why some of these mod sets are very extensive, so I can always have stuff to work with, so. Alright. Let's see, FNF is in 90 minutes, so I want to see if I can at least build like a template, and then I can garrison it tonight. I want to do... What do I want to do tonight? I want to finish... I need one more mission on George for Darktide, and then I can work on... I'm a little worried to work on Samantha. My Preacher build, because she still needs a lot. But I can just run around gathering plasteel, since I did just spend all my plasteel anyhow, but I digress. Okay. Yeah, a lot of those are cereal boxes. Let's map out our location. Sometimes when you just have a bunch of template items, it's a matter of let's, like, divide where the territory actually is. And set that up. And then from there, we can start marking stuff. We're not going to keep these markers in the final mission, but rather it's just for administrative purposes to organize the space. So if the enemy's there and we're making this linearly... what would be in the midline? So with all that defined, now we're going to make forward positions. I'm going to keep those for internal areas that are more fortified. We just have to go down locally, make sure nothing's floating, which it kind of is, so we'll just sink that into the ground a little bit. Make sure it's not overcorrected on the other side. No, that'll be fine. And again, we don't need a lot of stuff here, because there's already going to be a lot of stuff placed. But what we could do is occasionally have, like, a little buildup of barrack structures or something. You're fine, Spooky. I put the announcement up. Let me know if it's good. Yeah, we can put some small buildings and kind of pepper those around. I guess we will need a generation room. We do have walls. The turret is nice, but there's not really any way for me to set that up. I'll keep the walls for... Actually, no, we can... Just make some minor barracks stuff. And then I'm going to use these as props for like a vehicle depot. So what does hide locally do? Basically, this is for multiplayer, because it makes the module load per client instead of once on the server. So let me give you a situation. You join the game, you crash, and then you have to come back in. This doesn't re-execute if it's like this, which means you will still see the buildings on a multiplayer server if you do not load in when the server first loads in, or if you load in after the server is pushed in the first time, this will not execute for you. So you always have to have this checked off when you're doing multiplayer, and that's why it says, literally in the box, this option is recommended for multiplayer scenarios. Wink. Well, now you do, buddy. I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean, it's very important to know, because otherwise players will see different things. Which, granted, can be funny. Alright, we're gonna make a little orc post here. You know, I'm gonna level with you. I actually don't know where the entrance is supposed to be on this thing, because there's no door. Huh. I'm going to assume it's meant to be this thing right there, but yeah, it's kind of weird. I guess they just climb in. Give me the slightly damaged one, actually. Yeah, Okay, it's not meant to be anything grandiose. It's literally just a forward position. This one I'll build up a little bit more. Because that one's a little more centralized. The rock. We'll just expand that a little more. Because again, the lore I've already established in this world is they've already like cleared this area out, but they didn't get them all, and they've been slowly rebuilding because they're just a fungus that you can't really kill in the first place. But I digress. Probably because they are king. Just the quality of them kind of reeks rip to me, but I don't... I'm the Zeus. I don't care. I'm just here to use what I have. Got a problem with it, you gotta go to the mod dev at that point. Ooh, I'm a little tired today. Yeah, I'm gonna space that out a bit. Let's add some internal texture. Yeah, it might be that way. Oh, it's definitely supposed to be that way based off of those. That's funny. Oh, yeah. That makes a lot more sense. So, forward position, a more fortified forward position there. Watchtower on the rear, I think, would do it well. And then that I labeled, I think this is meant to be like a little mortar position, so this one I can be a little more creative with it. I'm just trying to think what would be... Or we could just say a rock is on it. Can we get to the rooftop of the rock? Because I could, like, fortify the top end. Honestly, I don't know, but... You know what? I think that'd be kind of cool if we just plopped it there. Yeah, I think that's meant to be a door, so we can sink this in slightly. I would add a little, like, debris around it, because clearly it landed this way, but... can stylize the top. See if there's a way to walk on the roof. If not, I might add one. Or I might just have it there for air to annihilate or, you know, something crazy. But the top could definitely be a nice AA or artillery position. Okay, right off the bat, I want to do a watchtower back there. I just feel like that fits. Because this is another layered... oh, no, this is where I have the short-range arty. So, actually... No, this would be a lot better if I had watchtowers around to basically scout out and walk that artillery in. This is just meant to be a small conflict. The Imperium's already come through and cleared this place out, like, years or decades ago. I forget the exact lore I had, but this is basically just coming back in and doing it again because it, you know, there was a little that survived and they grew back and manifested and yada-da. What I want to test is, can that texture have artillery on it? Even though I don't think that's its purpose, but that'd be a really nice artillery platform if I could do it. Alright. We can also put some wrecks down and whatnot. I do love that thing. What's how Orca? Oh, ha! Funny. Oh my god, it's a disposable orc. I love it. That's great. I could do something silly with that, but we'll have to wait. Now, the one thing about orcs is they don't really have any artillery, so I could just use, like, mortars as a filler. But for now, that's fine. Then you got the Overwatch platforms over here. I kind of want to put a small grouping of barracks buildings over here. Let me use the bigger ones. Yeah, the cannons would be nice. Yeah, exactly, Boone. Okay, let's go back down here. I'm gonna do one. It's clipped a little bit, but that's fine. of 2. Whoops. Dwarves, I haven't even read it yet. I've been really busy with my own stuff, unfortunately. Just to add a little bit of texture, at least. Alright. I'm gonna change the music. This is putting me to sleep. So I'm gonna play something a little more action intensive. One of my old favorites, actually. Because that is putting me to sleep. No F&F tonight? What? Did they cancel? No, F&F is in an hour. Yeah, no, F&F is in an hour, broski. You're here to prove predictions. I invited Revy to come over and watch the dev. God, I remember doing... God, 1 down to this song on the frickin' Alesso heist. And if you play Payday 2, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Don. Alesso I liked playing because most of my friends and I were shit at it. So it was just that one challenge that if I really hated myself, we would do it. King, you'd have to ask him. Now, don't get me wrong, I would actually play the Alesso heist music, but I think it's copyrighted. But that is also another thing that I love to jam to on loud. Because, I mean, stealth is fine. It's annoying. That heist specifically is actually annoying on stealth, but loud, that one can be fun. Hellish, but fun. Classic. I don't know, Don, what was your favorite heist in Payday 2? I'm gonna be honest. I think my overall favorite, just to jam for like an hour, even up to 2 hours, was Cook-Off. 1 down Cook-Off, just to be absolute shitters in that house. Until one of us would make a dumb mistake and burn the meth lab down. Because we just go out of the zone and it's like, oops, it's on fire now. totally gonna make that into a castle. They added cook-off to 3. Yeah, but 3's a live service, and I have no interest in touching live services other than 1 or 2 at a time, which right now I believe is Darktide. I hate that games these days are evolving to live services. Darktide has microtransactions for cosmetics, nothing premium yet. Not that I would care, because they have a frickin'... They have mod stability or compatibility, but I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the mods, in my opinion, are cheats, but whatever. It's a PvE game. You can play the PvE game how you want. If you need it, take it. If not, just play. I just kind of hate people that utilize mods and utilize all this stuff so they can macro everything. Like, I had someone genuinely argue with me the other day over a certain perk in the Ogren tree, which for a maximum charged heavy attack, it gives you 40% plus damage for it, but he doesn't manually do it. He has a macro manage his computer to release it perfectly, so he does an extra 40% damage, and then he argued that he was better than me because he lets the macro do all of the work, and I'm like, okay? Okay. Sure. You do you, bud. Yeah, it's not even sweating. He just lets the computer manage when he attacks, and all he does is dodge. So the macro is attacking for him, because it's set to as soon as it's fully charged to release the attack. But he also has it set up where it'll shift key it, which means it'll constantly, for the shield, do its first attack animation, which does more damage. The second attack in the shield heavy chain is the cleave attack, and the first one is better for a single target lockdown. So he just constantly does that, and then he has a second macro to do the second attack with the first attack, to do the sweep for hordes, but he's literally just hitting 2 buttons to attack, and he lets the game run it. And I'm like, okay. If that's how you want to play, sure, but I don't think it's a healthy mindset for you to go, oh, I'm better at you at this game because I just let the computer do all the work. And it's like, bro, if you're having fun doing that, by all means, go for it. But it's like, you don't really, I don't know, just saying you're better at a PvE game because you let the computer do all the work, that kind of rubs me the wrong way, personally. It's like, okay, sure. Suffice to say, though, if they ever introduce a PvP game mode in that game, I am not touching it with a 10-foot pole, because you're just going to find the sweatiest people with those macro chains doing stuff, and it's like, not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea, Chief. Granted, he had a proper argument, because he was out DPSing any other build I've ever seen with the shield, but at that point, are you really having fun by just letting the computer do all the work, or are you just feeding your ego? Like, how long until that gets boring, in my opinion? Because if you just manage dodging itself, then that's boring as shit. But some people need that ego boost in their lives because their own life is kind of shit. And I feel sorry for them, but if that's what they need, that's what they need, right? Not really much we can do about that. Yes, you can, because Bloodwing has the ingredients for the cheesecake, so even if Dream says he's mad at me and tries to tell Bloodwing to not make the cheesecake, I've already made a deal with Bloodwing to make the cheesecake, so no takesy-backsies. I think I just heard her say something upstairs. Oh no, she might be on a phone call, never mind. I'm just debating on top of adding all the barracks facilities here, how do I properly set up defenses? But that should be fine. At least in theory. Oh, you're big. You're very big. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this slope, to be perfectly honest. But it connects on the bottom, so we're good. Peak disorganized mob, yeah. Yeah. Ah, yes, this place looks perfect for an orc generator. I think the real trick is seeing if AI can stand on top. I doubt they can, but if they can't, putting something under it so they can stand and putting like a flash gets on top, which is just an orc with a massive autocannon. Which I think is actually just the name of some animation YouTuber, but I digress. I can't say that, no, because otherwise that would negate all the Black Templar versus Furry Ops we do. Well, Dream, it's because I'm talking. Because, you know, I'm doing the mission dev. The mission dev is kind of important, Chief. How important are you, Chief? Alright, I'm going to delete the rest of these because I have an idea in my head of what I want to do. This is going to be an interesting one, though. Because I'm going to completely remake this entire position with those walls. Probably put a rock in the middle, but I'm going to make it sexy. I don't think they have a gate, though, so that'll be interesting. They just have end pieces for the walls. And I'm not 100% sure that these are meant to be internal walking textures. I think they're just meant to be boxed, boxed out. Interesting. Yeah, so you're just meant to climb on the walls, which is why they're fenced off like that. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. You know, actually, I'm just gonna build the wall and go from there. And I'll come back to that and add if I need to. Now, do I want just a standard square base, or do I want... I think we'll keep it simple and do a standard square base. Oh. That's gonna be fun. Are they all aligned? It's like building that damn gate fence again. So that's the end piece. We could probably two-layer it. So we'll put these down for now. Actually, hell, let's just... to get them all level. So what, like a double? Let me get the rock, because I definitely want that to at least be internalized. So it is 2 rocks across and 1, 2, 3, about 4 rocks. 4 rocks long, 2 rocks across. 2.5 rocks across. God, Americans will literally use anything but the metric system. Okay. So if we 2 or 3 district it, and see, everything comes pre-aligned. Except you're floating slightly. Wait, no you're not. The boards are just... Okay, never mind. The walls are aligned, so that's the important part. Yeah, based on the stair pattern, I prefer it that way. I guess another issue is making sure it's all flat, but I mean, we've got a lot of wall to work with, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. At least in theory. So if I inverse you left... Perfect. And how's that going lengthwise? Are we 2 rocks across? Yeah, roughly. That'll work. Mission devs hate this one neat trick to line up their stuff perfectly when the textures are actually perfectly aligned, which, granted, no wait, no, this one isn't a rip. This one was made by someone that knows what the hell they're doing from the mission dev side, because if they make their stuff right and they put the reference points in the right spot, you should theoretically be able to perfectly line it up without the need to rotate. And his black lines line up with the red lines, but... Huh. It works. as opposed to eyeballing it, which now we know it's meant to line up perfectly. Which it's ever so slight. Now here's the deal, if we're doing sections though, see how it's ever so slightly off? So I'm just gonna make sure it's perfect. Yeah, I was off by 0.2 of a meter. Welcome to Mission Dev, where sometimes it's literally just a bunch of data point entry. One of the lowest paid positions you can do in a company. Me, you've got to delete that. Me, shut up. Almost, but you can see what's getting fleshed out here. And I'm gonna make it a rear entrance for the sake of defensiveness. I love, though, that it rotates and you can just sync it like this. I wish every frickin' mod creator did it that way. It'd be so much easier. My life would be so much easier. So theoretically, we're just measured by mod pieces. This is a rough estimate. Yeah. Or that and then end pieces, and then we can have side areas. Yes. So how's everyone's day? Because, let's see, 2:08. This is definitely going to require a second dev stream, which is fine by me. Because we need to flesh out this texture. Build up the other stuff and then garrison all the enemy units, but yeah, then it'll be worth it. So we'll probably do that, not immediately after FNF, but probably in the evening. And then after I finish that mission file, I'm going to go play more Dark Tide. Finish up Ogren and then work on Sammy. Yeah, see how they're not aligned because I freeballed that one over there, so now it's completely out of misalignment. Ah, ain't that something? That is not what I copied. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. There it is. Now, that end keys that wall. Whatever you do, Liru, don't... What are you doing? Liru, no. Liru, don't be lazy. Ah, but it's fine. It's, like, very ever so slightly off. No one's gonna notice it. Whatever. Now watch this. Well, shouldn't we technically do that a second time? Yeah, technically. Plus, we don't have to rotate anything. We can just do this. It's mirrored on the other side, so if we push one way, it's going to be referenced in another. Yeah. I was about to say, is that misaligned? No, it's just the stairwell. There you go. Orc base. Mwah. There is a snap function. However, I normally don't trust it, but because all of these are aligned properly, it would actually work. But it's a pain in the ass to use, and I don't like using it. Actually curious, how high does that go? Oh, it goes high enough. That's actually... Mwah. I think he built that with this in mind, of using it on the walls. Because if we do the full length, yeah, it goes just... Yeah. God, whoever made these, because these aren't ported from Dawn. This is, yeah. No, they know what the hell they're doing, and I greatly appreciate that. Oh, this is like the most asshole thing to put. I'll put it in the central area so we can actually have like vehicles fielded in. Red line to the back, because that's the entryway. Yeah, boy. Is that a 190? Yeah. Come on. I just want some effing symmetry here. And then we can internalize all of that. Why is everyone messaging me about FNF? Did they bump the date up? Did they bump the time up? Am I crazy? Well, don't answer that question. We all already know the damn answer. In 43 minutes. So, no, at normal time. Oh, it looks like they're pushing the rally thing, too, which is quite interesting. I don't know. I looked at it, not really my thing. I would like to try, but I'm too busy with other stuff to afford that much time to give. Dev's good. We're going to be doing a lot more tonight. Just the rest I'll fill with barracks, buildings, and yada-da. But I'm just making the framework, and then we have to complete this other section over here. There's definitely some build-up I want to do. I want to turn that into like a vehicle depot. This into a nice defensive position as well, like a main command post or something, and then some more fortifications around what already exists, but it's shaping up. I would estimate this file needs another... This is going to need another 30 minutes. This out here is going to need about another hour, and then internal garrisoning and building anything such as just the garrison framework, actually, really. An hour. So, yeah, no, there's still 2.5 hours needed on this file. Ha! And my stomach just grumbled. Shit. Oh, well, we just made it to an hour on the stream, so I think this is a good stopping point. We just got to finish that up, and then, you know, there's some other places I got to build up and whatnot. What are they planning? Don't worry about it. You'll see tomorrow for the Reviat. I'm probably going to end it here just to go eat something. Then we're going to do FNF. Then I'll be gone for a few hours. Then we'll come back. I'll finish this mission file up, and then we'll do some Dark Tide. And then if I'm feeling it, I still need to finalize the Metro mission. I want to change up some of the underground complex area. I'm sorry, Jinsalvi. I'm sorry, buddy. We're probably not going to see a lot of squigs because they weren't really appreciative of the insta-killing units, but yeah, we'll figure it out. I know, right? It's not taking 40 hours of testing anymore. We just do it in like an hour. But anyway, we'll get that saved up. And we'll be back at the top of the hour for Friday Night Fights. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. And hopefully I'll see you in an hour.